Hello and welcome to the Philippines. Where is my boat? I went looking for my boat the other day and I couldn't find it. Nobody knew where my boat was. My boat is an alternative ferry that was going to run from Pier 3 in Cebu City over to Mactan Island. And I was going to make a trip over there and look at some properties, and decided instead of taking taxi or grab or hobble hobble that we would use my boat. And before I went, in fact, I went back online to do a search for my boat, and there's tons of articles and videos. In fact, this video right here is the video I did back in February 22nd. About my boat, the sea taxis, going from Cebu City to Mactan. Sun Star had a blessing and inauguration, February 20th. Facebook, information on Facebook. And go down the list here. My boat, Sun Star. Anyway, we got down there and went to Pier 3 and asked about where's my boat. And everybody seemed confused. They thought I was actually asking for where is my boat. Well, the thought that occurred to them is, why doesn't this guy know where his boat is? Possibly. Anyway, nobody knew. People tried to be helpful and direct us to Pier 1. They said there were boats down there, banca boats that would go south you could take, and never did really find out. So I'm asking the public, I'm asking you out there, does anybody know where this particular my boat is? There are a number of different ferries, and I'll show you the ferry we end up taking over. But does anybody know and have an update on my boat? So this is Pier 3 in Cebu City, and there are actually several choices of ferry companies and where you want to go. There are at least two ferry companies that go over to Mactan from here. And it cost me 20 pesos because I'm a senior. I'm over 65.
You want to go here?
And cost my friend 25 pesos to go over. 40 or 20 pesos, about 40 US cents. And it took us about 35 minutes to get across. The name of this ferry company is Top Line Express, and they run every hour, I was told. They've got two boats, and we passed one on the way over, so they just go back and forth all day long. And not sure what the hours are, if they start at 6 or before 6, and how late they go, but I presume they've got pretty long hours, I presume. I did a little research just now, and I've gotten two different numbers. One site said that this boat leaves from 5 a.m. to 8 p.m. every hour on the hour, and the other one said from 6 a.m. till 9 p.m. So not absolutely sure of the beginning and ending times, but they leave every hour, top of the hour. So 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. So we didn't have to wait too long once to get on the boat, and then for the boat to take off. And then that's about 30-35 minutes across. Now the other boat right over there, I think that belongs to Metro Ferry Company, and they also go over to Mactan, but I believe they go further south. I think they land further south on Mactan, down closer to where the public market is. Not absolutely sure, but one map I saw looked like they land south of the two bridges that go across, and the one we're on lands north of the two bridges. In fact, very close to what's called MEPZ, MEPZ1, which is a transport terminal up there. I suspect these ferries get pretty busy during rush hour times when people are going to work back and forth across the channel there. And this happened to be a Saturday and not very many passengers. And here's the Metro Ferry taking off. Looks like they have a pretty good crew there, quite a few passengers. So apparently there's a lot more people wanting to go a little bit further to the south side of Mactan Island than there are people wanting to go up to the more northern side for whatever reason that would be. And I think their fare is also 25 pesos per person, about 50 US cents. Students and elderly get break. This ferry and many ferries will have a section, sometimes very small, that is air conditioned. Just depends on how big it is. And that is an option, usually costs a little more. Most of these are open air. It appears that Pier 3 has 5 or 6 different ferry companies supplying routes to different islands, different parts of islands. So you can check that out. I have only ever used Pier 1 in the past. Went on Coqueleon once to Dumaguete and used a fast ferry, Ocean Jet fast ferry out of Pier 1 going to Tagbilaran 2 different times. Cebu City is a very, very busy port city, not just for the passenger ferries that come in and out of here from the different islands, but for the tremendous amount of freight that comes in and out of here, be it bulk, be it containers, liquid, whatever it is. They have all along here. They have big terminals for unloading, all that type of thing. And in the background, I'm zoomed in a bit, so it looks a lot closer. You get the uptown area, which is the Fuentes Minas Circle area, often called Uptown. Those buildings right in the center area there. I've walked from here down to there, although most people would not want to do that. Pier 3 is very close to Robinson's Galleria, big newest mall in town, and you might be able to see the name, the big R there, the building right just going off to the left here. Building construction right there next to it is, I believe it's a big hotel. I understand there's a shortage of hotels in Cebu City, so there are a number of hotels that are being built under construction, will open up in the next couple of years. And then way back in the background, some of those taller buildings, that is Cebu Business District, and that's where Ayala Mall is. And as we go down here, we're going to come up closer to SM Mall as well. Very large mall, number of different buildings, taller buildings, hotels and or condominiums. And that one taller building right coming into view is Robinson's Galleria, and just to the left of that is the big SM Mall. And there again, there's another, I believe that's another hotel going up there. And then here you have your big container unloading operations out by the sea. Now, I have read some time ago that they're going to try to move some of the port facilities for freight further north out of town. Not sure if that's actually going to happen or not. I believe that building, a taller building on the right, is part of Mandani Bay, a really nice new project. Going to have a boardwalk out there and different things going up. And going to consist of many different buildings, many condominiums, commercial buildings. It's going to have another mall up there, I believe. And they're very close to the Bai Hotel and very near to Park Mall as well. We have reached our destination over on Mactan Island. And this is the port that we get off on. It's right next to, very near the Cebu, I think it's called Cebu Yacht Club. And nothing fancy about it yet. Eventually, I suspect they will build a building as traffic and usage here picks up. But the nice thing is you're very close to a nice mall just up the road a ways. And even nicer is that they've got a free shuttle service going up there. Takes you up right at that mall, drops you off there. And I think it's called the Island Central Mall. There's a Robinson's there, lots of restaurants there. And Mets One, which is the public terminal. You can catch tricycles, jeepneys, and V-hires, the vans for hire. One more thing, can anybody tell me what this guy is doing? He's dropping these little baskets down. He's got his motor going. He's trolling along slowly. What is he fishing for? First time I've seen that out here. Thank you for watching. Please like the video, share the video, and subscribe. Safe travels to you all wherever you're at, and we'll see you next time.